Hello there, gentle people. It is Loy here with another video, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about one of my favorite new products. It's called Akua, and they're printing inks by Speedball. And if you're familiar with Speedball already, they're an arts company and they make a lot of different art products. The first time I came across Speedball was years ago when I was still in high school, and I was teaching myself calligraphy and came across the Speedball nibs. So that was kind of my introduction to Speedball. In any event, one of the things that I love doing is printing, particularly monotype printing using like a Gelli printing plate. And I decided to try the Akua because they have a longer, I want to say, life than acrylic paint. And if you notice, I have some kind of laid out here, and what that means is, like with acrylic paint, well, depending on the type of acrylic paint, unless you mix it with some type of medium, it doesn't have a very long life in terms of putting it on your printing plate. Like, it's going to dry up after a while. But with these Akua printing inks, like, you can leave them out on your printing plate and they're not going to dry out. So that is a very cool thing. And if you want to try them, you can get them in this little starter set like I have right here. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 products that come in the starter set, and I'm going to just open it up so you can see. You have the red ink, crimson red is one, and yellow, Hansa yellow is another color. Let me just lay them down here so you can see them. And the black comes as well, the crimson black. So these are the primary colors that, well, obviously black is not a primary color, but primary in terms of these are the 3 main colors that come inside the kit. So again, you have the red, the yellow, and the black. And they also come in a liquid pigment. So this is the phthalo blue liquid pigment. And in the box you also get blending medium, and what the blending medium does is when you mix it with the ink, it gives it more of the consistency of paint, so you can do some painterly things on your printing plate. And it also comes with transparent base, and what the transparent base does is allow you to thicken the color of the ink, and or thicken the consistency of the ink, the viscosity of the ink, and make it a little bit more pliable. Those are the 6 things that come in the box. And then what I also have that didn't come in the box is the release agent. And the release agent is really cool because what this allows you to do is make better ghost prints. And the ghost print is that print that comes after you do your first print, and then you have like remnants of paint still left on your plate. When you use this releasing agent and make a ghost print, you get a much better print because it helps like the ink to come up off the plate. Once you have your first print done, you put the release agent on top of that ghost print and you leave it for 5 minutes, and then you print, and you know, like I said, you get a much better print. So these are the Akua inks, and I'm going to put some down on the printing plate so you can see exactly what it looks like. And I am using a Gelli printing plate. I have the larger one, but this little student size is perfect. You can get these at any local craft store. And I also have the regular, like, they almost kind of feel like hard plastic plates, but I really like the Gelli plates because I get a much better print with them, is what I've noticed. So here goes, and I'm gonna actually print on a piece of fabric, and this is just regular inexpensive muslin cotton. And then on the back I ironed on some freezer paper. Anytime you're going to print on fabric, like using a printing plate, putting some freezer paper on the back helps you to work with the fabric a little bit more. Kind of almost gives it the texture of paper, just makes it a little bit more workable. All right, so we have our red, yellow, and black, and I think I'm going to start with the red, and I'm going to put a little bit of the blending agent on it to make it a little bit more painterly. Okay, my blending agent thingy is stuck in the top, and hold on, guys, give me one sec here. I know this tool is not exactly for this purpose, but I have this little scorer tool thing here. And yeah, I think that should be good. All right, so a little bit of blending agent, not too much, and smush, smush, smush. And if you notice, it starts to thin out the paint immediately. So if you want to have a more painterly look on your printing plate, then you know, definitely use some of the blending agent because it helps to thin the paint out. All right, so let me see. I like lines, so let's do some lines. All right, so we have some lines on, and I'm gonna lay my paper. Well, not paper, it keeps tricking me because it has freezer paper. So my fabric is down flat, and you're just gonna press, and then peel off, and there you go. Pretty cool, huh? And again, once you're using a Gelli plate, you don't need to wipe the paint off, or the ink I should say in this case. So let's add some yellow to this, well, some blended medium to this yellow, and see what happens with that. And we know red and yellow will give us some orange, right? I'll just put some vertical stripes down on this bad boy. And like I said, the Akua, it lasts a lot longer than if you were using acrylic ink because it's not going to dry out, and the viscosity is a little thicker, so definitely be mindful of that. All right, and let's put this down and press, 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 press. All right, and there we go. It's almost one of the things that I've noticed with the Akua printing ink too. Like if you use acrylic paint, even on fabric, you'll notice that it still feels wet. And the Akua, once it lays down on the fabric, it is pretty much good. I mean, obviously it's going to need some time to dry, but you'll notice that it doesn't have that same kind of thickness that the acrylic paint has in terms of just laying down on top of the fabric. So I thought that was really cool. And then let's go ahead and try the black. Oh, let me give a shout out to this paintbrush here. It's a Pearl Golden Takalon paintbrush, and I've had this paintbrush since college. So this thing has been going strong since 1995, since my when I first took art classes in college. So love this little thing, had to give it a shout out. And then let us try the black. Let me get another brush here, and let's put a little bit of blending medium in the black as well. And these Akua inks, they are good for all kinds of things. I'm going to tell you what it says on the back of the box. They are good for etching, for monotype, relief, and colorgraph printmaking. Any type of printmaking you're doing, just as you would. And another reason why I like the Akua is because they're water-based, and a lot of printmaking ink is oil-based and not necessarily very good for the environment. So I like the Akua because it's water-based, and all it does is wash out with soap and water. So that is pretty cool. All right, so let's lay some black down on this little Gelli printing plate, which I've said time and time again, I just love my little Gelli printing plate. And let's lay this fabric down. And this is not exactly the best design in history. Like, I didn't even think out the design, I literally just decided to do this as I was sitting here. So let's see what that looks like. All right, and that is what that looks like. Again, it's I used a Gelli printing plate, and you can get these if you go to like Hobby Lobby and use your 40% coupon. You are good to go. You get a good deal. And they also have these at AC Moore as well. I haven't seen them in Michael's or Joann's, but definitely AC Moore, Hobby Lobby, and of course you trust the Amazon. And these are the Akua Printmaking inks, and 6 products come in the box. They work very well together. They play very well together, and all you need is soap and water to clean them up. So if you have any questions at all, oh, let me tell you again, the liquid pigment is just, it's very liquidy. I keep getting the thing stuck, but anyway, trust me. It's more liquidy. Doesn't have the same viscosity that the ones in the jars have. And of course you can mix these colors to come up with your own color combination, and they come in bigger containers, bigger jars as well. And also check out the release agent, because now I have this plate here and I still have some ink on it that I can use to make a ghost print. So what I'm going to do is put some release agent on here and make another print, and I don't want you guys to sit and wait for 5 minutes. So I'll just go ahead and do that on the side. But again, that is Akua and the Gelli Plate. Thank you very much for joining me, and definitely check these out and let me know what your experiences are. So if you like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And always, thank you very much for your time and presence. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.